Putri cha, Dvitiyam Brahmacharini, Tritiyam Chandraganteti, Kushmanteti Chaturtakam, Panchamam Skandamateti, Shastyam Katyayaniti cha, Saptamam Kalaratriti, Mahaguriti Chastramam, Navamam Siddhidatri cha, Navadurga Prakirtita, Uktanye Tarinamani, Paramanava Mahatmanaha.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm Hemalayaa, and this is the Embody Freedom Series. Welcome. A little tongue dance for you this morning. So the Embody Freedom Series, we are bringing to you ancient practices, ancient wisdom for modern day insanity. And join myself, I'm your lead facilitator, and we've got guest facilitators, we got guest artists here, dancers, poets, musicians, spoken word artists, all sorts of artists. We're excited to actually have today, oh my gosh, such a beautiful cast of sisters who's come together for our show and our series today. And truly receive, like, this particular journey is not just us talking about stuff. It's the invitation for you to be in the game with us, in the practice, embed it into your body, your cells, your being. So the first thing is take a deep breath in. Deep breath in, deep breath in, deep breath in. Hold the breath for a moment. Get all vibraty with it and exhale. Our belief here is that the experience of breath, movement, joy, all of the pieces that we bring in through this practice of embody your freedom will allow you to take the practices into your home, into your lives, and hopefully create a beautiful shift every single day for you to return home to who you truly are. Let us know if you can hear us okay, if the sound quality is good. We want to make sure that you can hear us, and we would love to hear where you are connecting in from. Yeah, be in the game with us, or you just put an emoji, just let me know you're here. So this series is designed to ground us in a whole new embodiment of leadership, because fear, stress, anxiety, it will throw us off our center. So the name of the game is returning to our center, returning into who we truly are as the leaders of our life. So the invitation for you is, let's thrive by reclaiming and sustaining our joy and pleasure through movement. The time is now to pivot. Have you heard that? The time is now to pivot and expand into your freedom. So we are here Monday to Friday, live, 8 a.m. Pacific Coast time, 11 a.m. East Coast time, and wherever you are in the world, welcome. We are excited to be in connection, in tribe with you, in deep movement with you, to be, clearing up what we're not and coming home to who we truly are. Today, we've got Rose Cole in the house. I'm super excited. Beautiful modern day medicine woman. So she's going to be with us today. We got Tamara Rodriguez, and we've got Sabrina Sapal with us today. So let's get into our receptive mode. And the way to do that is by starting to bring in more breath in your body. Shoulders rolling around. Move your head from side to side. Flubber your lips. Walk it out. Let your tongue dance. Oh, take those arms up and around as if you're cleaning some windows. You're cleaning some windows so you can see clearer. Cleaning some windows. So take those arms up and around in big circles in both directions. Yeah, you get to see what's going on underneath this dress. Yes, I put on a dress and I still have my slippers on. They're so cozy, I can't take them off. Woo! All right, moving it from side to side as you clean your windows. And then roll your shoulders around again. Let the hands drop. You can shake out the hands a bit here. Let yourself move and wave the body. So again, The intention for this series is to be in connection. And so when we are moving together, breathing together, we come on home together. So bigger movements now as you move from side to side. I'm just fixing my mic here. There we go. And bounce the shoulders really big now, big and bold and bouncy. So you bring up the shoulders and let them go. Up the shoulders and let them go. Beautiful. Yeah, big fuzzy socks and slippers. I think I can actually take them off right now. Oh yeah, get a little hoppy. And now we'll get into some shaking, vibrating. Let those arms flop. So those of you who haven't tried this kind of weird stuff before with your body, I really invite you into really giving it a go. And those of you who are here who have done embodiment practices, movements, and openings, you know what I'm talking about. So when we come into this commitment of letting go of what we are not and returning home to who we truly are, and we're all on board with that together, what does that make? A tribe of leaders, a tribe of embodied leaders. So moving from side to side, flicking your wrists as if you've got something on your wrist. You're like flicking off, letting go. Letting go. Woo! Make a sound here. So we utilize sound vibration, movement, intentions, awareness, affirmations, breath. To let go. Okay, back to the center of this little washing machine. All right, bring the hands together now. Rub your hands together. Rub, 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 rub. Create some heat, some warmth. And take those hands as if you're lighting, you're rubbing two sticks together all the way down to your toes and then up. Woo! Yes. And walk it out from side to side. Keep those hands rubbing. You can roll your shoulders around. Woo! Get a little bouncy here. Let your tongue also roll. A little morning dance if it's morning for you. A little night dance if it's night for you. All right. In a moment, we're going to let our hands go. And I want you to face your palms up. Ready? In a 1, 2, 3, palms face up. Feel the heat in your hands. Shift the weight from side to side. Take a deep breath in. Woo! Feel your hands filled with golden light. Warm, beautiful golden light. Where in your body has been calling for support, for some healing, for some love. You're going to take these beautiful balls of light and bring them into your body. I'm taking them to my heart. Woo! And I'm going to rock myself from side to side. So wherever your hands are, maybe they're on your kidneys or your lower back or your belly. If you've had digestive issues. Woo! And then take the hands down around the whole body. Touch every part of you. Armpits and all. Back of the head, top of the head. Woo! Awesome. Right on. We got Portland in the house. We got India in the house. Good morning. Slovenia in the house. Amazing. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So creating some intentions now, standing wherever you are. Feel your feet on the ground. Open up the soles of the feet. Truly feel the portals in the center of your feet. Just open up and relax. And open up to that connection with Mama Earth. And feel Mother Earth coming into your body, energetically coming into your body like she's a vacuum. And she's vacuuming up any debris, any little crusties, any little contractions, any holding, any fear, any stuff that no longer serves you. And you get to choose that it no longer serves you. So allow that to be vacuumed away and choose. Got it. Check mark. Got the lessons. Moving forward. Now, what do I want to create? Breathe into your whole being, to every single cell that is you, that is your body. And then breathe into your true self, that light in the center of this temple, your body. This is like the true control center of your ship. And when we come from that place, that true self place, that's when the magic happens. But here's all the, what comes up is the mind trying to convince us that it's in charge. So take a deep breath in, all the way down, deep, deep, deep into that belly button, and even beyond that belly button into this beautiful well within you. Imagine it like its own universe. And breathe into that. Make a little yummy noise, a little internal om here. One more breath here. Deep breath in all the way. Touch into that place. And allow yourself to smile. Smile so big, like even if you're faking it. One more breath here, like this. Shh. Out of the mouth. Shh. So our job when we become awakened, it's not that we stay awakened, right? Those of you know what I'm talking about. It's that we keep bringing ourselves back forward into that state of knowing what the truth is, knowing who we truly are, and knowing who we truly are from that core center place, that center, true, spiritually connected, divinely connected, home place. Because as we know, this body is going to go, it's going to compost. But your true self will go on and on and on. All right, as you're ready, you can open your eyes. Whoo! Good morning, good morning. Chantal, we've got Kaya, Joe in the house, Naveed, beautiful, welcome. Yes, so you can live stream right now. So here's if you've been here, I know a few of you have been here with us almost every morning. Our invitation is to start sharing right now this live stream from your page to your friends. Because who do you feel like this would benefit? This is what we want to create a bigger tribe connection. So yeah, we're on the same game. You know what I'm saying? The more people I have in my life, and the sisters that we get to play with today here on our series are in the game of awakening, the game of connectedness, and doing what it takes in order to be in that. So I am thrilled with sharing who's on. So we got Tamara and Sabrina. And let's bring these sisters on. So as you know, we bring on artists. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Sabrina Sapal in the house. Tamara Rodriguez in the house. Yeah. So you guys have been playing with some dance. Well, first of all, you're both dancers, singers extraordinaire. And I love that you, I watched a video of you doing some Bhangra dance. And those of you, Bhangra is from Punjab, India. It's from, the northern style of dance. in northern India, and it is super high energy, as you will see in a moment. And Sabrina, your family is from Punjab. Yes.
Correct.
Yes,
Right.
totally. Me too. So we're sisters like that. Tamara, like you totally blow me away because Tamara is like she just takes on dance like no other I know.
Seriously.
I'm a
she
secret. I'm a secret Punjabi fanatic. So this doesn't take so much of
Like the way you take it
of
on is
that.
so good. Okay, so let's play this clip so we can really, so everyone can know what we're talking about.
ਜਿੱਥੇ ਕਹੇਗਾ ਮਰੂੰਗੀ ਨਾਲ ਤੇਰੇ ਕਹੇਗਾ ਮਰੂੰਗੀ ਨਾਲ ਤੇਰੇ ਵੇ ਟਿਕਟਾਂ ਦੋ ਲੈ ਲਈ ਉਹ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਚੱਲੇਗਾ ਚੱਲੂਗੀ ਨਾਲ ਤੇਰੇ ਵੇ ਟਿਕਟਾਂ ਦੋ ਲੈ ਲਈ ਚੱਲੇ ਉਹ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਕਹੇਗਾ ਮਰੂੰਗੀ ਨਾਲ ਤੇਰੇ
Just so you know, I could not walk for the next 3 days after. If you want a quad or leg workout, that is the ultimate glute quad workout. Even though I do a lot, it's like when I meet with Sabrina, it's like a whole nother game, a whole nother level.
No, but I'm like always blown away by Tamara ji because she picks up everything so fast since she's a professional dancer. So
Yes.
when I was dancing with her, I felt like, oh my gosh, I'm a professional Bhangra dancer. I didn't feel like, okay, she's
Aw.
non-Punjabi or, you know, something like
No, she
I've
embodies it
trained
so
all my
beautifully.
life for this. I've trained all my life.
that.
It's not about learning it. You guys think that's my secret. My secret is that I've loved the Indian culture for I love so many cultures, and
Yeah.
Indian culture and their dance and their music in particular is like I have a soft spot for it, and I secretly always do it in the shower.
You got a soft bounce for it. You got a big bounce and a soft bounce. You got.
And like yeah.
That's awesome. So what do you have for us today? So first of all, I just want to say like they were coming onto the show and I was like, of course. Like I don't even know what you're going to do, but I am I know it's going to be amazing. Good morning, Marco. Good morning, Lisa. So this week we have a dance challenge happening on the Embody Sisterhood group. So come on to that, sisters in the house. Come on and join us for that. Just come into our group anyways. It's an awesome, beautiful place and space to be held and witnessed. And this week we do have a dance challenge. So yeah, we're like, okay, let's bring our girls on. Let's inspire. So what do you got for us? Tell us what you're going to bring.
I'm going to dance today, and Sab, I'm just going to throw her in the bus. She's going to play her drum.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
That's
The
what we're
goal?
doing today.
Yes.
Okay, that's awesome. That's amazing.
We didn't
So-
even plan it. We're just going to do it.
Yeah. Okay, I love it. Well, I'm up for it. You guys ready?
Yep, ready.
Okay.
I can play the drum on the counter.
Oh. What?
Right. Hey, buddy. Hey. Hey, hey, hey. Yeah. It's Sab and Tamara. It's Sab and Tamara. Ooh, ooh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Sab and I meant.
So we got the song here. We got some Gayatri Mantra, the Gayatri activation song by DTO and Sabrina Sapal. Okay, you ready?
Ready?
All right, here we go.
I'll sing along.
May this inspire you. Receive. So really receive this. Tamara is the full, like, look at her. She's got the wings. Receive this. There's no stories that you do not know how to dance. We were born dancing. Look at this. Woo! You are being initiated right now into your dance. Yes, girl. Woo! Get in the dance. Totally imagining myself having those wings too. Everybody imagine you've got those wings. Woo! We do. We've got energetic wings. Woo! Beautiful. So that song was the Gayatri Activation by Sabrina, Sapal, and DTO. You can find it on Spotify. And I think, Tamara, that was the first time I've ever had this is off the album Infinite Energy. And I think that was the first time I've ever seen improv, dance, and stand up at the same time.
The new.
It is the new. Yeah, that's what's happening at this time. Awesome, Chantel. Thank you. Woo! Yeah. So well done. Thank you for the entertainment and the sharing of your voice.
Awesome job, as usual.
Yeah, so great. Those wings are fantastic. Oh my gosh.
They're very cool.
Yeah,
There's so much I can play with now that I'm here. I have all my
all your
costumes,
toys, your props,
all my toys, basically. All I need is a camera, and we're good.
And then it's on. It's go time.
It's go time.
Well, thank you for sharing your joy and your wings and your heart and your funniness. Yeah, what a blessing. Anything else, ladies, before we anything you want to say to any sisters who are hesitant to share their dance with our, in our dance challenge, the intention is to, share our dance with others, be witnessed, also to pull out some funky moves that you might have not pulled out for a while. But what would you say to those who are, maybe a little shyer?
Well, go ahead.
Oh, no, that's fine. Well, I think it's important, I guess, to be uninhibited. I'm not like a professional dancer, but since I grew up like doing bhangra and stuff, I'm confident with it. But when it comes to like other forms of dance, I get a little, oh, I don't know. But then, if you just are confident about it and you just pretend like, okay, nobody's in the room, then you're having more fun about it rather than thinking about, oh, who's watching me, or feeling kind of like nervous about it.
Beautiful. Love it. Yeah. And Tamara?
Yeah, what I love to speak upon is that everyone is born a dancer, a singer, a goddess, a like a vehicle of art. So you have that inside of you, and you just have to tap into that. And some cultures are a little bit more reserved on not exploring that. However, now that you are connected to the world and that you have this light upon the cultures that maybe reflect much more of the dance and the singing, uh, attract yourself to that. And that's one of the reasons that I love cultures, is because it lets me explore myself as an artist, as a mover, as a doer. And so now that we have the time to do more of that, I really would encourage everyone out there who feels a little bit inhibited, that was a great word, is to feel safe, that in your space you can watch videos, you can learn, you can move with your friends, your family, with Hemalayaa, and embrace your dancer and embrace your soulstress, your artist, whatever you are, it's in there and you just have to tap into it.
I love that. Solstice. You hear that, ladies? Each one of us has a solstice
Yes.
within us. Yes.
Within us.
Well, beautiful divine sisters, thank you so much for your time and your energy today. We'll
you.
bring you back on if you're up for picking a card. If you're up, you got the time. You got the sign. So you've got the time, perhaps. Awesome. We'll see you in just a little bit. Thank you. Mwah. Oh, that's so fun. That was, yeah, definitely divine. I don't think I've ever been on with 3 of us at one time. That was super fun. So Sabrina was sitting there, just so you know. Also, I forgot to say this. She actually hurt her ankle, so she wasn't in the dance per se. She was bobbing her head though. So just so you know. Oh, everybody take a deep breath in, deep breath in. Scan your experience in this moment. So the invitation is any resistances that we have to getting up and moving when there's an invitation or when there's an idea to do it. Like when you have the idea within yourself, that is the invitation. Put on a song that inspires you. And for me, Bhangra is it. Like anytime I'm feeling even a little bit down or depressed, I will put on Bhangra and I will dance, and it will create, you know, those yummy endorphins in my body where I'm just like, yeah, you know. So even if I'm crying, honestly, like even if, yeah, there's grief coming up and all of it, I'm crying and dancing and it feels amazing. Crying is not bad, FYI. All right, so I get to introduce you to a soul sister, a beautiful divine woman who has brought so much to my life in friendship and connection, and also in the work that she does in the world. So Rose Cole, she's a world-renowned speaker, author, spiritual guide. Rose is a modern-day medicine woman. And she's also a minister and she's the president of Native American Church. She's a co-author alongside Deepak Chopra and Andrew Weil, and has been featured in Forbes.com as a popular featured artist on TV networks such as MSNBC. Rose has healed herself from childhood fraught with abuse, neglect, and mental illnesses. She was then adopted and raised by a Native American holy man who sparked a lifelong study of shamanic practices. Today, she trains and certifies spiritual leaders from all over the world in shamanism, energy work, and quantum healing tools. You can find her at theshamanacademy.com. Welcome, Rose Cole! Shamanic Academy.
Shamanic Academy, yes. Thank you so much for having me here, love. I'm so excited.
I'm so grateful. And I love that you've got some smoke there and a fire behind you. Oh, that looks lovely. So where in the world are you?
I live in, excuse me, I live in San Diego County. I actually live way out in the country, so I'm looking out at a big mountain and oak trees in my backyard. I live about maybe an hour outside the city. out where I can be in the green space and trees, and I have a stream that runs through my backyard.
Oh, that sounds heavenly.
Yeah, I moved here about a year and a half ago. I just needed to move out of the city and into green space, and out there I could just walk out of my back door and go on hiking trails, and it's been one of the biggest blessings that I've made in my life.
Beautiful. And how are you doing during this quarantine time? Like, what are you personally struggling with, and what's coming up for you? Is there anything?
Oh yeah, I think there's stuff for all of us. I think it would be impossible not to have stuff come up during this time. I think my biggest thing is just being able to hold my center and come back to myself and not be swept away in what's going on in the collective current. There's a lot of fear, a lot of confusion. We've been faced with our own mortality, and that can be really confronting. And so for me, this is the time that I've been using all of my tools that I know to use and keep coming back to center. And I also have my moments too. I'm a single mom of a little 8-year-old named Violet. And so I have my moments where I'm holding space for her and she's feeling what's in the collective. And then we just keep using our tools to come back to center.
That's beautiful. And the tools that you speak of, is it mostly in the Native American traditions?
No, I pull from lots of different traditions from all over the world. And I did want to say one little thing about my bio. I am the president of a Native American church, but there are lots of different churches here in the North. But for me, what I practice is universal shamanism. I don't consider myself a shaman. That's a different tradition in Siberia. But shamanism it's a way of life. And it's a way of connecting with the natural world to connect to spirit. So I pull from I've studied with a lot of different people from all over the world, but I was adopted and raised by a man who was Apache. So I do have a special affinity in my heart for things of the Northern Native American path.
Oh, I love that. Well, I would love actually to have you talk a little bit further around shamanism. Like, I want to know that distinction, and because I've heard the word definitely shaman thrown around a lot or said a lot, shared a lot. So I'm just curious, the distinction of what you just shared there.
Yeah, so the word shaman really just means one who sees in the dark. It's a way of describing a spiritual healer. But it's been adopted, and we've now used this word to describe a medicine man, a medicine woman, a spiritual healer, or a spiritual indigenous priest or priestess from around the world. But really, there's a very specific lineage of shaman from the Siberia area. So I don't consider myself to be a shaman, but we do practice the shamanic arts. And these are different tools that we can use to access the quantum. The feeling okay there?
Sorry.
We've been kept on our toes during this time, right? You just never know what's going to happen. It's just, you got to learn to be buoyant and light and just go with the flow. So we're using all kinds of different practices and and ways of being to tap into the unseen worlds. So I'm going to share one of my near and dear practices today called smudging. It's the ancient art of smudging. Every culture from around the world, whether you're talking about the Celtics or you're talking about South America and going deep into the Amazon, or you're talking about the Aboriginals of Australia, every single culture has some practice of smudging, which is the practice of burning different natural things to clear energy, to ground, to access different realms, and to pray. And if you look at even the Catholics, if you go into a traditional Catholic mass, they're probably going to be burning frankincense. Right. And you hear that story around Christmas of the wise men that came to visit little baby Jesus in the manger. They brought him, next to gold, was frankincense and myrrh. So it tells you how important these elements were. And so this has been one of my near and dear practices that has really transformed my life. So I'm excited to share it with you guys this morning.
Oh, that's so beautiful. And I've had the honor of being smudged by you. And I think we have a picture of it. We'll bring it up in a moment. Oh, yes, that's it. This is actually here at our home. We were having a ceremony here, a beautiful ritual practice. And this is Rose with her feather and some sage. So I would love for you to dive into sharing what smudging is.
Sure. Well, most of us have seen sage, right? This is some dried sage, and we've seen sage bundles where they roll it. And a lot of us have been smudged at maybe an in-person event, or maybe we've smudged our home and we kind of feel some funky energy, like we need to clear something out. But what most people don't know is that you can use this as a daily practice. So for me, I'm all about ritual. My business is called Rituality. And for me, when I discovered rituals I always say are like medicine for the soul. They're just little touch points during the day, and they can look like so many different things. There's infinite number of rituals, so we can all find the rituals that are important to us and meaningful for us. But having those little touch points helps us to connect in with spirit. And I notice the days that I don't do my rituals, and I can be swept away by the current, and I can feel the fear that other people are feeling. I notice that I get more reactive. There's one of the students of my shamanic academy just yesterday was saying, wow, I can really tell the days that I use the daily practices from the shamanic academy. I can feel when I use them, I'm more grounded, I'm less reactive. I can see little miracles and synchronicities in my day. And he's actually tested it and had days where he purposely didn't do our practices. And then he got swept away by the current and was more reactive. So for me, it's all about having those little touch points every day to really make our every day a prayer, connecting with spirit, so we have that umbilical cord connected to source, so that we have that tether so we don't get swayed by the wind. So for me, when I first was smudged decades ago by a family member, the smell of sage, something ignited in me. I could feel the clearing. I could feel it clearing away the cobwebs and bringing me into present moment. But what I didn't know is that there are thousands of different materials all over the world, depending on which culture, where they use to smudge. And so I love lighting a fire. We work with a lot of the fire in our practice. Even just lighting a fire can be a ritual. So there's habitual and there's ritual, right? So if you just light a fire out of habit, you throw the logs in, that's one way of doing it. And another way is for us, I have my little pine needle bath.
Oh, that's so interesting. You know what have in my diffuser today is pine.
Oh, that's so
I haven't diffused pine in so long, but I was like, I want to put pine in today. So thank you.
Very grounded. Yes, the wood I'm burning is specifically pine today too, so that's beautiful. And this side is cedar. And this is cedar that my daughter and I collected ourselves. And so bringing that consciousness and that prayer. So when we go to collect it, we take tobacco, loose leaf tobacco, and we offer it. We take it and we pray and bless the plant first and foremost. Most of us are used to just grabbing something. In our Western culture, we just take instead of giving something first. So we give the tobacco as first away. It represents the skin. So we put something down to offer to the plant. And then we ask permission from the plants. And whenever you're harvesting fresh plants or herbs, if you don't have tobacco, you can say a prayer and a blessing or sing a song to that plant and then ask permission before you harvest it. And so I have my cedar. And then when I was preparing this sacred fire for us today, I was blessing it and putting down cedar and thanking Grandfather Fire, thanking this beautiful element that makes life possible here in this realm. And all of the fires are connected, all of the fires around the world. So when we light a fire, even lighting the fire can be a ritual. And we pray and we look at the fire. And when we're looking at the fire, it regulates our breathing and our heartbeats. We start to come into this beautiful, relaxed state. How simple, right? All of us we have our phones and we have our iPads, and we've been attracted to the light. We've always been attracted to the light. But then these lights make us ungrounded, right? We get frenetic. But this is the original light. We can come back to this original light and just light a light, even if it's just a candle in our house, and just meditate on that candle. And so then I have my bowl here, a big stone bowl, and I have a charcoal. I don't know if you can see this, but it's lit. And you can buy charcoals. If you don't have a fireplace, you can just get a roll of charcoals. You can get
yes.
Yeah. Oh, she's gonna light it.
I'm gonna light my candle right here.
Yeah. So I have in this bowl a round charcoal that's lit. You want to get a fireproof bowl.
Okay.
And now you have your little sacred fire. Now, first and foremost, we always bless and thank Grandfather. So we just take a moment to acknowledge Grandfather Fire, the spirit of this fire, thanking Grandfather. Thank you so much, Grandfather, for all that you do for us to make life possible here in this realm. We're so grateful. And if you have cedar, you can put down a little bit of cedar for that blessing. Thank Grandfather. And now you have this sacred fire. So when I'm teaching a class, I can put down different herbs and elements here to bless those, even right through the camera, virtually. Because we know that everything is energy, right? So I'm going to put down some cedar for you, for every person watching. And I invite you to take this smoke. This smoke is sacred. And you can wash it over your energetic field and put that smoke wherever you want healing or clearing today. You can put it on your mind to clear your mind, on your throat chakra to be able to use your voice and speak your truth, to clear your heart of any resentments or anything that you're ready to let go of and release. And you can just wash it over your body, wash it over your hands, any of your deeds. So I'm going to put this cedar down here, and I invite each of you, every single person who's watching, to just take this smoke in and see if you can feel a difference when you're taking the smoke in over your field. Again, we know that everything's connected energetically, right? There is no space between us. So I invite you to experience this. Receiving this sacred smoke, coming into the present moment, grounding you, releasing anything that is no longer serving you, washing over you, your chakras and your energetic fields, releasing anything that is no longer serving you. Take a deep breath. Feeling yourself regulate, feeling your heartbeat regulate as you fully ground and come into the present moment, here and now. Can you feel that? Oh. So I'm curious who could feel that, if you could feel a shift or clearing, whether you're watching this present moment or in the future. Go ahead and type something into the chat. I just love to hear and see who can actually feel that. I'm always so amazed that we can feel things distance like this. Yeah, isn't it soothing? Somebody just wrote and said something is soothing. So imagine if you feel stress or anxiety, you can just light a charcoal like this and put your own cedar down. You can buy cedar, you can harvest it. It grows many places all over the world. You can also find sage. Sage is incredibly clearing. There's lots of books and websites to find out what each of the different elements do. But I invite you to instead, you don't have to even get a book. This is very intuitive, this practice. You can just feel into each one of these elements and use your own intuition for what you feel that it's best for and can help with. Do we have any questions? I'm curious. If anybody has any questions, go ahead and type it into the chat. I'm all ears. I love getting questions. I love sharing. I'm actually smudging right now. Oh, that's so beautiful. Can you share with us what you're smudging? I'm curious. Are you smudging sage or cedar, or what is it that you have?
I got some sage going on.
Beautiful.
I wanted to actually ask whether you like, I love that you shared about harvesting, because I've harvested this sage myself too. Would you say that there's anything against or wrong with buying sage?
Well, there's different opinions about this, and it's each of your own. This is where you use your own intuition and your own inner guidance. Mm-hmm. Some people will say that this is a sacred plant and you should not sell it or buy it, and other people will say, well, I live in an area where I can't get this, and I want to honor the person who harvested this and took the time to do that, and so that it's more of like an energetic exchange and thanking the person who took the time to do that. If I can, I always like to harvest my own because I have a special relationship and kinship with it. And I personally think, I think it's a personal decision that each person's going to have to follow their own intuition. Like I have 2 other things that I use in my smudge. I have Nepal, and I have frankincense. And I did purchase these because I live in an area where these don't grow.
Yes.
And I would never expect somebody to go through all the harvesting process and then just give this away. I'm glad to pay somebody and have them be able to make a living doing something that's really meaningful and helpful for them, especially in some areas where it's very remote and they don't have another occupation. I'm glad that they are harvesting something naturally from the earth for me, and I want to give an exchange.
Yeah, those resins are really beautiful. It's just actually reminding me, I think I'm out of the charcoals and I ran out of them for a while. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I was given this ball. I wish I had it. I'm like kind of looking over here because I had it sitting there, but I think I just put it in a different bin. I was doing spring cleaning as we are, you know, but I had this whole ball of resin that was given to me. Yeah, so I'm excited to
Yeah.
go into that.
Yeah, so you can find the charcoals if you just type in smudge charcoals onto Amazon. You can find them and they come in a roll and you just light it. I light it outside because it does have some like fluid on it that will burn off with self-lighting fluid. So I just put it outside for like 5 minutes and then I bring it in. And you can even just put it in a ramekin or something like a Pyrex container from the kitchen because those are heat proof. And then you can go on this magical exploration. There might be herbs and things right in your own yard that you can smudge. A lot of people don't know you can smudge lavender. Lavender you can drink, you can eat, and you can burn it. And so you can just put it right into your fire and get all of the same benefits.
I love that.
Drinking a cup of lavender tea or smelling it.
Oh my gosh, can I share with you this morning? So I have a little garden outside. I've got potted plants because we just don't have the big, the big space for that. So I've got 2 lavender plants in pots. And it was the first time ever that I saw a hummingbird come down to my little plant. I was like, oh, but I had no idea I could burn lavender. Okay.
Yes, you just want to dry it first. Otherwise, it probably won't burn. So you just sit it out on a plate and just wait till it feels crunchy and dry. And then you can just crumble it up and use. I really invite people to use their own intuition. But there's no right or wrong way to do this. And there's no right or wrong way to create a ritual, right? A lot of us stop creating ritual because we think, oh, I'm not going to do it right. We're really doing this for thousands of years. It is in your DNA. We've been sitting around a fire and burning things. We know what to do. And you can just follow what feels good. And really, I invite people to really like tap in and start to feel the field and the shifts within them so that they have their own experience.
Right. We've got Sandy just wrote in. I like to smudge.
Oh, beautiful. I've never smudged with rosemary. That's super inspiring to me. I love rosemary oil when I smell it. And when I go on walks, I pick it because it grows here and I'll put it in my mouth and suck on it just to commune with that plant. It's very clearing and invigorating. Yeah. So I'm so excited to smudge with it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And then for the lavender, is it the flowers or the leaves or both?
I've only smudged with the flowers, but I know that you can eat and you can use the leaves for tea, and it's incredible. But I'm curious what will happen if you go and you offer some tobacco, like we were talking about, to your lavender before you harvest it. There's like a deeper level of communion and speaking to the plant and learning from the plant. They start to reveal their secrets. And I wonder if you could ask the lavender and see what the
I'm going to ask the lavender. Well, check this out. DTO is out in our garden right now.
Oh, that's so sweet. Your secret lavender in your backyard.
Lavender. We've got, there's the other one. Yeah, that's the one that the hummingbird went to today. It was so beautiful to witness.
So sweet. Yeah. We have sacred plants. All plants are sacred. And a lot of us just think of sage, but we have sacred plants all around us that are right at our fingertips. These teachers to learn from. Yeah.
I just harvested a bunch of thyme. That was an awesome because, for herbs, you want to cut them down like through the base. I just learned that last year. Like you cut them down when they start flowering, I think. I can't remember what it is. But anyways, I cut down a big bunch of thyme. So I was like taking all the leaves off of it. And it's just such a beautiful experience. I had never done that before. Nobody like taught me how to do that. But just like what you're saying is like, you do it. You like,
we start to be present and we start to be able to hear things in a different way And the plants, they start to teach us, they start to speak to us and teach us all kinds of wisdom, especially for this modern day where you talk about this insanity where we can just get going so fast and lose our connection to spirit, and we can connect to spirit through the plants. So it's beautiful. Well, I have one more I wanted to share. Can I share one more?
Yes, please, of course.
So this is frankincense. It's a resin.
Yes.
And I'm just going to burn this. For me, this takes me into higher realms of connecting to the divine. And so we use this in a different way than clearing, like a cedar or a sage. And so they burn this often in a Catholic mass, like I was sharing before. But I invite every person to receive this because there is no space between us. So let's see if you experience any kind of shift or what your experience is of this sacred plant. Breathing in deeply, allowing yourself to fully receive and commune with this sacred element, the frankincense. A deep breath. Thank you, sacred frankincense, for blessing us, for leading us, for helping us to connect and tether so deeply to the divine, to the higher realms. Thank you for all that you do with us and for us here in humanity. Could you smell that? If you couldn't smell it, do you feel any kind of shift within your being? I invite you to take one more deep breath. Often, right through the virtual space, we can experience this sacred plant. So for me, when I experience this plant, I notice myself go up and I can feel my crown chakra open slightly, and I can feel myself just connected to the truth that we are all so utterly supported by the divine. And I can feel the connection and presence of my divine team, those beings of light that are assigned to each one of us to support us here in this realm. So this one is particularly helpful for me in times where I get very grounded. And I don't mean grounded is good, but we can also get caught up in the 3D worlds and forget our connection to the divine, and then things just become like a rat race, right? It's like, oh, I have to get this done, I have to get that done. And instead, when we stop and we connect into this, then we can remember, oh, we also have help up here, and we don't have to do it all on our own.
I seriously smelt it. I was like, ooh, I could feel it. Oh, thank you so much. And here's a little lavender for everybody. I'll just tickle you with it.
We have some beautiful, we just had a comment about that a woman said that she could really feel like if you
Yeah.
so lovely. Isn't it incredible that you can feel it right through this space?
Yeah, for sure. And then we had a question, actually. We'll pull that up. When you smudge, how do you put out a smudge stick instead of burning the whole thing?
You know what's interesting? Thank you for that question. I don't actually use a smudge stick very often because it is very hard to put out. And then you have part of a smudge stick and you're like, what am I going to do with this partly burnt until next time, right? So if you do want to put it out, one thing you could do is actually just take it to the sink and put water on it and then lay it out to dry, and it will have to be fully dry before you burn it again, but that's one surefire way. Or if you have a bowl that has some old ash in it, you could put it upside down and just keep going like this until it goes out. But for me, it feels like a lot of the sage gets wasted because we don't, unless you're going to smudge like an event for a concert and every person coming in, often we can't use a whole smudge stick. That's why I just like to take a branch and I let it dry like this. And then what I do is I just take one little leaf. Like I like how you were doing it through Himalaya. You just took a little leaf, you just took a little piece. And I just take one leaf at a time and I go around my house and I smudge that way if I'm clearing this space. Or if I just want to come into prayer, I can just sit in prayer with that one leaf is all I need. And so that way I'm not wasting it. So I hope that's helpful.
Melissa Isla says, do you use Copal? That's so funny. Melissa Isla was on yesterday, and the ball that I was talking about earlier, that's exactly what it is. It's Copal. Like there's a big ball of Copal. But
So secret. I have some right here. This is black nopal, which I really love. It's so, the smell is just divine, isn't it? Like piercing. When I want to clear a big space and it needs some deep cleaning, I use copal. And there's also we also in our path we use copal often to clear our tools. You can use cedar or sage too, but copal is particularly nice when we smudge our feathers and our rattles and our drums and all of our sacred tools. So I'm really big into energetic hygiene, and we forget, we use all these tools over and over, and we're just taking the old energy and we forget, oh, it's good. You know, like a surgeon going into your room, you would always want your clean scalpel and clean instruments. Well, these are our shamanic tools and instruments for clearing energy, and we always want to clear our tools. So yeah, copal is lovely. If you haven't.
oh, that's so beautiful. Thank you for answering that.
Yeah.
Oh, Rose Cole, you're so beautiful. Thank you for your wisdom. Thank you for sharing about smudging and ritual. You truly are such a gift to the planet and a gift to us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And again, you can find Rose Cole at shamanicacademy.com.
It's actually rosecole.com/academy.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
I do have a free gift also. Is this a good time to mention that?
Yeah, totally. Yes.
I have a book that you can download if you go to rosecole.com. Thank you so much. That's my URL. And also I have a free gift for everyone at rosecole.com/free gift. It's a 5-page guide called Activate Your Shamanic Gifts, because we all come wired for God-given shamanic and intuitive gifts. And I feel that this is the greatest untapped resource for all of us light workers. And most of these people have never even heard of, but then when they read this book, there's an activation process that happens. And many people will remember when they have these gifts intact when they were very tiny, and when they've lost connection to these gifts through conditioning. And there's also a video training too. So that's my gift to everyone here. May you rediscover the magic that's within you and these beautiful shamanic gifts so that you can use them to get your work and your gifts out into the world, because humanity needs all hands on deck right now. We're calling you out. We're calling everybody to join us and to step into their sacred purpose. And there's no greater way, in my opinion, than to utilize these shamanic gifts. So this is the page, Activate Your 9 Shamanic Gifts, and you just put in your name and email there, and they'll send you out that guidebook and free video training.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Rose. We'll stay on and we'll bring Sabrina Sapal on, and we're gonna, I think Tamara's gone because she's teaching a class now. We are gonna pick an Embody Oracle card. Woohoo!
Woo.
Yes. All right. So Sabrina, tell me when to stop shuffling.
Stop.
Okay. And then Rose, tell me when to stop. Oh, inner child. It's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love this. Seriously, there's a lot of repeated cards that we keep picking. And this is like, I think the second or third time we've chosen this one. So I love that.
Wow.
Yeah, this is number 19, and the deck is got 44, and each card has a message, and then it has an embody invitation. So we're going to read our inner child. And just, I want to hear from you all if anybody else is getting feedback just out there, because I can hear.
Yeah, I can hear you as well.
You can hear the echo as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. All right. Inner child, turn up the fun factor in your life. Dear one, it's time to stop taking things so seriously and feeling as though you have to carry the weight of the world on your back. Perhaps you grew up too fast and left your inner child behind. It's time to call your curious and light-filled child in today to bring the wisdom of her presence. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, can I let go for a while and trust you, little one, to show me which of our needs I've been forgetting? It's so easy to get caught up in the cast of characters and plot twists in your day to day lives and forget that we came to this planet to embody joy and love like children do so naturally and effortlessly. Imagine if you were a child again for today. What would you most love to do? What would make your heart light up with delight? Perhaps a romp at the beach, or swinging on the swing set at your local park, or swinging at home from your banister. No, just kidding. Um, so maybe to color in a coloring book or bang on some drums or a xylophone today. Make some time to do something playful, jubilant, or even silly. And bonus points if you find an activity that makes you giggle and belly laugh. Woo! Bonus points. So there's a whole embody invitation. We won't get into that right now, but it is called musical musing. So pick up an instrument, play, and or bang on your counter. Awesome. Thank you for receiving today, all of you out there. And let's blast our beautiful guests, Rose Cole, Sabrina Sapal, and Tamara Rodriguez, who's not here right now, but we'll send you off with so much gratitude and love. Thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing your light and your love and your voices and your hearts with the world right now. We need you. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll see you soon. So this is the Embody Freedom series. We are here Monday to Friday live, 8 a.m. Pacific Coast time, 11 a.m. East Coast time. And we'll be running the best of the last week of the month. So we're 3 weeks on and a week or two off of going live, but we'll have reruns of the best of shows on for you. And so for those of you, like, I've heard some questions, and I just wanted to also say this, like, I've had a couple of women reach out and be like, okay, so like, what do you do? So I just wanted to share, what my work has been is I mentor visionary women to step into embodied leadership and magnetize your clients with ease, like your tribe, those of you who are healers, channels, spirit guides, leaders out there, this is my forte, coaches, yoga teachers. So just wanted to say that to those, and thanks for asking. And come and join us for this experience-based series. We are here for you. We are with you. I'm Hemalayaa. I'm your lead facilitator and host, and DTO is here holding it down and in production side. Say hi, DTO. There we go. Awesome. I like when he does the peekaboo. It's super cute. All right. Anyway, blasting you off. Thank you for joining us. And we will be back tomorrow, Friday, for our last of this week. And signing off. Loving you.